Welcome to Goalie's Pip Academy.
A tiny piece of bone is sticking out of a rocky hillside. Is it part of a dinosaur, an ancient crocodile, or just an unusual rock? One careless swing of a hammer could destroy a clue that survived for millions of years. So paleontologists cannot simply grab a shovel and start digging. They must study the rock, record the location, choose the right tools, and uncover the fossil one tiny piece at a time. Today, we'll follow one fossil from its first discovery in the ground to the laboratory, and finally to a museum. Along the way, we'll see how paleontologists use brushes, hammers, maps, plaster jackets, microscopes, and clues to rebuild a world that vanished long ago. Paleontology is the science of studying ancient life through fossils. Fossils can be bones and teeth, but they can also be footprints, eggs, leaves, shells, burrows, or other signs left behind by living things. Paleontologists work a little like detectives. Detectives use evidence to understand something that already happened. Paleontologists do the same thing, except their mystery may be millions of years old. They do not begin by digging in a random place. First, they search for exposed rock from the correct time period. Wind, rain, and moving water can slowly wear away the surface and reveal part of a fossil. Imagine a paleontologist walking beside a cliff and noticing a curved object poking from the stone. Its color and texture look different from the surrounding rock. It might be a fossil, but the scientist does not pull it out. First, the team photographs it, records its exact location, and studies the rock layer around it. Where a fossil is found can be almost as important as the fossil itself. The surrounding rocks may reveal whether the animal lived near a river, beside a lake, in a forest, or in an ancient ocean. Now the excavation begins. Far away from the fossil, the team may use shovels, rock hammers, or chisels to remove larger pieces of loose material. As they get closer, the tools become smaller and gentler. Paleontologists may use small picks, dental tools, and soft brushes. A brush does not dig through solid rock. Instead, it sweeps away dust and loosened crumbs so the scientist can clearly see the fossil's surface. The team works slowly because fossils can be cracked, thin, or fragile. A bone that survived underground for millions of years can still break in a second if someone uses too much force. They also measure the fossil, draw maps, take photographs, and label important pieces. These records preserve the fossil's context, the clues showing exactly where and how it was buried. Time for our first quiz. Why do paleontologists use small brushes and picks close to a fossil? A. To paint the fossil. B. To remove material carefully without damaging it. C. To make the fossil grow. D. To check whether it is still alive. Pause the video and choose your answer. The correct answer is B. To remove material carefully without damaging the fossil. Small tools give paleontologists more control, while brushes clear away loose dust so they can see exactly what they are uncovering. Once enough of the fossil is exposed, the team must move it. But many fossils are too delicate to lift directly. Instead of removing every bit of surrounding rock, paleontologists often leave some rock around the fossil. This block is carefully protected and covered with strips of burlap and plaster. As the plaster dries, it forms a hard shell called a field jacket. It works a little like a cast around a broken arm, protecting the fossil from bumps, shaking, and cracking during the trip to the laboratory. When the fossil reaches the laboratory, the field jacket is carefully opened. Then, a fossil preparator begins removing the remaining rock. Under bright lights or a microscope, the preparator may use tiny hand tools or a small air-powered tool to remove material a grain at a time. But cleaning the fossil is only the beginning. Paleontologists must now read the clues. The shape of a tooth may suggest what an animal ate. Sharp teeth may have sliced meat, while broad or flat teeth may have crushed plants.
Hey, You're watching Goalie's Pip Academy, where we teach about science, geography, history, everything about the whole world. If you want to watch these classes with no ads, no distractions, go to getgoalie.com.
A leg bone can reveal how an animal stood or moved. A healed injury can show that it survived after being hurt. Bite marks may reveal an attack or scavenging. Footprints can show the direction an animal traveled. A line of footprints, called a trackway, may reveal its stride, speed, or whether several animals moved together. Fossilized dung can contain remains of food. Fossil plants and pollen can help scientists reconstruct the environment around the animal. Paleontologists rarely solve a mystery with one clue. They compare many pieces of evidence and study other known fossils before reaching a conclusion. Scientists may also scan a fossil and create a three-dimensional computer model. They may compare the bones with related animals or build a reconstruction showing where each piece belongs. But they must be careful with missing pieces. Scientists do not simply invent what they cannot find. They use evidence from related animals and identify which parts are real fossils and which parts are reconstructions. Time for our second quiz. Which fossil clue could help scientists understand how an animal walked? A. A footprint trackway. B. A plaster jacket. C. A paintbrush. D. A museum sign. Pause the video and choose your answer. The correct answer is A. A footprint trackway. A series of footprints can show the direction an animal moved, the distance between its steps, and sometimes whether it was walking or running. After the research is complete, some fossils become part of museum displays. Others stay in protected research collections where scientists can continue studying them. A towering museum skeleton may contain original fossils, lightweight casts, or a combination of both. Casts protect rare bones and help complete a skeleton when some pieces are missing. Paleontology is also about much more than dinosaurs. Paleontologists study ancient plants, fish, insects, mammals, shells, microscopic organisms, and entire ecosystems. Each discovery adds another piece to the story of life on Earth. Today, we followed a fossil from a rocky hillside to a laboratory and museum. We learned that paleontologists search in the correct rock layers, record every clue, and use larger tools only when they are safely away from the fossil. Near the fossil, they switch to careful tools such as small picks and brushes. They protect discoveries inside plaster field jackets, prepare them slowly in laboratories, and study bones, teeth, footprints, and other evidence to understand ancient life. The next time you see a dinosaur skeleton in a museum, remember that it may have begun with one tiny clue sticking out of a rock, and a scientist patient enough not to break it. Thanks for learning with Pip Academy. Keep asking questions, following clues, and exploring the amazing history hidden beneath our feet.
My mind is blown! Where can I learn more about these videos? Oh yeah, getgoalie.com. There's no ads, there's no junk, just cool stuff for kids and a dedicated tablet. Check it out, getgoalie.com.